now, Carter the Great Theater. During the performance this evening, please, no photography or video recording. Tonight's featured show is about to begin. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic.
Performer has entertained audiences on 6 continents, from the Hollywood Magic Castle to the London Palladium, with thousands of theaters, cruises, colleges, corporate and private events in between. Please welcome back to the House of Cards, your Chief Impossibility Officer, Joe M. Turner.
Oh, hey, good evening. Welcome to the House of Cards. My name is Joe Turner. It's great to be here. The Saturday Night Late Show. These are the people who have invested the most in seeing tonight's show. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to, for the next 2 hours, no, I have 25 minutes to try to amaze and astound all of you with many of the magical skills and abilities that kept me from dating in high school. So it's going to be kind of fun for you and kind of a tragic flashback for me, but we'll get through it together, I think. When I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to do magic, and so most of us have been through a phase like that. The books I got said you should start by developing some digital dexterity. Take a coin from your mom's purse or your dad's change, put it on the back of your hand, see if you can open and close your hand without dropping the coin, which is just getting a sense of balance and spatial awareness and the musculature of your hand. And then the book said we need to develop muscle control. So you put it on the first finger, try to isolate the muscles in the second finger to grab the edge and let it just flip over to the next finger. And the book said try to do that with every finger. And the book said if you did this every day for 5 or 10 minutes, then over time it would get smoother and faster and faster and smoother. And the book said if you did this long enough, people would clap. Oh, maybe you didn't see. Okay, just making sure. I don't want to leave anyone out. So my friends were like you. They were like, okay, it's dexterous, right? You've clearly invested some time in learning how to do this, but it's not magic per se. Magic is more like if you make something disappear from one place and reappear somewhere else. That's magic. I'll do it again for those who missed. You put it in one part of your body and it comes out the other part of your body. That's more magical. Like you, my friends were stunned silent. They said, well, Joe, it's definitely more magical, but you're clearly using sleight of hand. We've seen this, we've seen it on TV. You're hiding the coin somehow in between your fingers or maybe behind your hand somehow or up your sleeve or something. If only you had a barrier made of steel or titanium or silk so that when you put the coin in your hand, we know it can't go through your fingers, it can't go around to the back, and it can't go up your sleeve. Then and only then, if the coin disappeared, might we believe it could be magic. And that, my friends, is a pretty doggone good trick for a 6-year-old, don't you agree? That's great. So yeah, that's the applause I got in high school right there. No action whatsoever. That's okay, because even though it was not much in high school, by the time I got to college, things changed. Thank you very much. Did I get invited to some parties now and then, if you can do that? And it looks also like I found the level of the room, which is interesting. You're laughing just a little enthusiastically, and that's good. That's good. I like Jameson too. So my job for the next, I guess, about 20 minutes or so, is to show you sort of the 40,000-foot overview of the art of magic. I'm going to try to give you several different kinds of experiences. A lot of people come in here and they're like specialists, and I'm only going to do, one kind of magic and do it for the whole. I'm going to try to give you a variety. Let's just see if I can start with something. Are there guys in here who are wearing rings, like wedding rings or signet rings or class rings? Or could I borrow a few rings from some of the guys in the room? Are you wearing, what's your name, sir? Dustin, thank you for loaning me this for a moment. And there's one back here. What's your name?
Seamus.
Seamus. Irish or Scottish?
Irish.
Irish, all right. And then finally one down here. And your name? Michael. So we got 3 rings, all different metals and styles. That's great. These guys have loaned me their rings so I can create a theatrical experience for all of us. For most of us, it's going to be a moment where we have a metaphor about the importance of human connection. That's very sweet. For 3 of us, it's going to be the moment we realized we might be going home with 2 new guys. Let's just see. I want you to take a look at this first. Do you see your ring physically linked? Is this you on top? Yeah. So physically linked on there. And your name again was, I'm sorry? Dustin. And then it was Seamus, not shameful.
No.
Yours is the one here. Do you see it? And then yours was the other one. Do you see that? So a round of applause for my 3 participants. I know, and these are going to be ready for you at the host stand as soon as the jeweler cuts them loose, and we'll give them back to all. No, I'm just kidding. I want you guys to have these back. Let's see if I can get this back. Oop. Let's start with Dustin. We'll pull that right off. Make sure it's in just the same condition it was when we began. Is everything okay? It's strange, isn't it? I know. He's really concerned about that. And that leaves me with 2 more. Let me see if I can get them so you guys can see. The remainder, don't blink. 1, 2, 3. And I think you saw the moment it melted right through. Please take the one you like. And that leaves you with this one. How about a round of applause for our 3 guys, who I guess you'll have to go home with the one what brung you. That's okay. So that's the first branch of the illusion arts I wanted to share with you in our show tonight. Sleight of hand conjuring, visual, magical experiences. But there's another branch of the illusion arts I'd like to share with you called mentalism, or mental magic, or parapsychology, ESP, all of that sort of thing. I don't really believe in mind reading, telepathy per se. I've been married 29 years. It's just not happening. Nobody can do it. She can't read me. I can't read her. Not in detail. You get a sense, but you can't get the specifics. But even though I don't believe in mind reading, I do believe in strong theater. And I think mentalism is a very powerful premise, theatrically. Because let's face it, they know what's on your phone, they know what's in your browser, they know what you had for dinner, they know what you were talking about in your kitchen, because that's the ads they're going to show you on Facebook in a few minutes. They know everything except what's in here, at least so far. It's the last resort of privacy. So the premise that anyone can get in there at all is very compelling. We're going to explore it in a safe way using some of the thoughts of the ladies in the room. So we picked on the guys, let's go with the ladies now. Like all the ladies, to see if you can remember the first burgeoning pangs of puppy love. When you were little and that first kid that you went, oh goodness, and maybe he was in your class or across the street or down the block or something like that. Church, I don't know, somewhere you found this crush. It's the first, and you remember that person's first name. I would like you to think about that if you're willing to share it. I'm going to ask you to write it down. If you're not willing to share that, maybe it's too painful, it was a bad breakup, or it's awkward because of the person you're sitting next to right now, that could be possible. Then instead of that person's name, you might think of a city somewhere in the world that you might like to visit, that you've been before, and you'd like to go back, or maybe someplace you just feel like your heart is calling you. And if neither of those really resonates, then you might think of a gift, a nice gift you received when you were growing up, or even in your adult life, that meant something special to you. So a person, or a place, or a thing. I'm going to ask 3 people who might be willing to share their thoughts. And what's your name? Haley. Now, how do you spell Haley?
H-A-L-E-Y.
H-A-L-E-Y. My daughter's name is Haley, but it's the British spelling with the middle Y also. That's okay. Haley, if you'll take this, I'm going to ask, I'm watching your joke. If you'll just jot down your memory on there. And what's your name, Miss? Charity. Could I ask you to do the same? Just print your memory on the card. And how about you? Would you be willing to? Would you just put your name? What's your name? Sabrina. So we've got Haley and Charity and Sabrina. They're each going to just jot down their memory, just 1 or 2 words, nothing super elaborate. And once you've done that, please take the card and fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, the other way. So you fold it into quarters. And once you've done that, hold the folded card in the air so that I know you're ready. I'm going to ask you to just drop it in the side pocket of my jacket. I'll take the pen, and you just drop that in there, perfect. And if you'll do the same, I'll take the pen, you just drop that in the side pocket, fantastic. And we've got one more over here. You may have to pass it, fold it the other way too. Fold it once one way and once the other way, yeah. So it's folded into quarters. So they're all essentially the same as far as I can tell. Just pass it down, and I'll take the pen, and if you'll take the card and just drop it in the outer part of my pocket there, fantastic. And you have a very important job. What's your name? Michael, please hold up your hand with one finger extended. Thank you. Oh, goodness, thank you for that. You never know what they're going to do. I'm going to let you put the finger all the way in the pocket, put it to the bottom of my pocket, inside, and then just mix them up. Stir. And then you can stop. The reason I asked them to do that is not because it's silly or anything like that. It's because they saw that I was looking when you put the cards in the pocket, and maybe I would have seen you put yours toward the front or toward the side or toward the back or something. So now I have no idea what position they're in. Here's the game. I'm going to read a memory out loud. I'm going to ask you and you and you if this is your memory. You will all say no. That means that 2 of you will be telling the truth. 1 of you will be lying. I'm going to try to identify who is lying and just do it without giving away the game. Now, so no matter how I ask this, 1, 2, 3, you're all going to say no when I say it. Okay? So do you understand the rules?
No.
That's it. So the first memory is Clearwater. So I'm going to ask each of you if you thought of Clearwater, and you're all going to say no. So Haley, did you think of Clearwater? And Charity, did you think of Clearwater? And Sabrina, did you think of Clearwater? Haley, did you think of Clearwater? Charity, did you think of Clearwater? Sabrina, did you think of Clearwater?
You can't. What?
Charity, did you think of Clearwater? Charity, are you sure you didn't think of Clearwater? You know how I can tell you're telling the truth? Because Sabrina is the liar. Sabrina thought of Clearwater. That's for you. Round of applause for Sabrina. She did great. What's your name, sir? Hunter, if you'll take the next one, I don't even want to open it up. People are thinking, well, he can tell from the way the card was in his pocket, or he knows something about the pen, so if he looks at it, he'll know whose is whose. You're going to open it up, and you're going to be the only one to see it. You're just going to tell me verbally what it is. I'm going to ask each of them, and we'll see if they're going to say no. And I'm going to try to figure out whose it is. So what is the memory? Just read out the memory.
Grease.
Close it up. Close it up. I'm going to ask both of them if they chose Greece. I'm going to try to do it without looking. Haley, Greece,
No.
Charity, Greece. Now those sounded to me almost identical. Did you hear it? Were you listening? That is a challenging, there's no difference to work with. That was a tough one. That's probably the toughest one I've had all week. Haley, Greece, Charity, Greece. Man, I ought to put it up to an audience vote. I don't, how many think Haley's lying? How many think Charity's lying? It's even. It's more for Haley. I am going to break with tradition, and I will take this, and I'm going to say that Charity thought of Greece. I'm going to hand. Oh yes, she gave it away. Round of applause, Charity. Good job. That means Haley is the last one. Could I ask you to join me on stage just for a moment? A round of applause for Haley. Feel free to just, you might just be able to toss her. I'm just kidding around, Haley. Please watch your step as you come up on the stage. Thank you. So we know this last one is yours. So I'm going to come around, if you will, with your left hand, reach in there and just grab out your card and hold it in your left fist. Don't open it at all. Just hold it in your left fist above your head. So now she's got a random memory in one of three categories. We're not even going to open it. She's not going to open it. It's just going to be in the condition that you left it. And you're just going to do this completely in your mind. All right? So let me ask you this, Haley. Where are you from? Where do you live now?
I live in Nashville.
You're local. You're one of the locals. Okay. Visualize this memory in your mind. Keep that held up away, and I am able to tell. What I'm not seeing is a person like an old flame. I'm not seeing like puppy love crush here. I am seeing water. But I'm trying to decide if I'm seeing ocean or are you by chance Catholic?
No.
You're not Catholic? Because one of the things I saw was a cathedral. And that could be, I do get a sense of Europe. What is the memory that you were thinking of? What is the memory? Say it now, for the truth. Venice. Okay, I told you I don't believe in mind reading. But I do believe in strong theater, which is why I put a canal in Venice, Italy. A round of applause for Haley. You can go back to the seat. Watch your step. Very good. All right. So that is visual magic and mental magic. I'd like to close our time together with something that I think is highly appropriate. We're in House of Cards. Does somebody have a deck of cards? We can use these. That'll be fun. I love playing cards myself. They're very convenient. They're practically universal. You can go anywhere in the world, to Venice even, and purchase a pack of playing cards that are largely the same as anywhere else that you would find them. You can do magic that's one-on-one close-up. You can do magic for large theaters, small salons and parlors like this one. About 175 years ago, there was a man in North Central Europe. His name was Johann Nepomuk Hofzinser. He was a finance minister in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. By day, he had a desk and did accounting, basically. By night, he was a card magician, and he invented many of the techniques that are still in use by magicians like me all over the world to this day. Hofzinser said in his book that he considered cards to be the poetry of magic. finite set of sounds or syllables that one could, with diligence and creativity, put together into an almost infinite number of experiences. We don't have time for an infinite number, but we have time for a few. So here's what we'll do. We'll drop the cards from one hand to the other like this. I'm going to ask some people to call stop somewhere along the way. Wherever they stop, that will be their card. What's your name, Miss?
Maria.
Maria? I'm Joe. We could start a religion. I'm just kidding. Relax. I'm Presbyterian, just relax. Say stop anywhere. That's your card. Please remember it. Please remember that, Dustin and Maria. So now anyone in this room could learn to have a card chosen from a deck of cards and find it in some interesting way. Maybe you did when you were a kid, you learned a card trick. I'm going to add a level of difficulty and try to go further. What's your name? Jamie, please say stop anywhere. That'll be your card. Got it? And your name? Alex. Alex and Jamie, please remember that card. I'm going to come back to you in a moment. Don't forget the cards, by the way. If you forget the cards, this is a colossal waste of time. I don't want to have to start over. So please remember I was a management consultant, so we would call this a mission critical task. All right, so please remember. So that's a couple of cards. Let's go to, how about Haley and Seamus? If you'll say stop, Haley, anywhere. That'll be your card. Please remember that, you guys. So that's 3 cards. And it was Hunter and Hannah. Say stop anywhere, Hannah. That'll be your cards. Your card. Please remember that. So we've got 4 on that side. And let's come over to this side. We've got Charity and Senor. Say stop anywhere, sir. That'll be your card. You two will remember that one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here we've got David and Megan. H or no H? No H. Megan, say stop anywhere. That'll be your card. She's wearing glasses. I'm looking away, so I don't accidentally get a reflection of the card. And then down here, say again, I'm sorry. Michael and Tabitha. Tabitha, please say stop anywhere. Ooh, very quick. Tabitha's decisive. She's ready to go home, apparently. That's good. Thank you, Tabitha and Michael. Sabrina and Lee, say stop anywhere, Lee. That'll be your card. So that is 8 cards, 8 times as hard as a regular card trick. I'm going to find all 8 cards, working this room into an emotional frenzy for a house of cards and the amazing card magic that you have seen tonight. Now, nobody stopped at the very, very top, and nobody's card is at the very, very bottom. And I don't have 7 or 8 fingers stuck in the side of the deck to remember where everybody stopped. They really are all at different places. So let's start with Sabrina and Lee. What was your card? Say it.
9 of hearts.
9 of hearts. Just a snap, and 1 card has turned face up inside the deck. The 9 of hearts. You're not buying it?
No, I'm not.
If I just read through, you can see 1 card is face up inside the deck. It is the 9 of hearts. A round of applause for Sabrina and Lee. And then that brings me to Tabitha and, oh, I'm sorry, I lost it again. Michael and Tabitha. I'm dazzled by your tie. That's really what it is. What was your card? 7 of clubs. See if we can find the 7 of clubs. I may lose it in the light. 7 of clubs. Do we get the 7 of clubs?
Good job.
Oh, wait, spades. That's the 7 of spades. I'm sorry. Was it the 7 of clubs or the 7 of spades? That's totally my fault. Was it?
I don't know. I think so.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since they said clubs, we'll just rearrange the ink on it.
Oh, wow.
And change it to the 7 of clubs. Fantastic. That brings me back to the back row. I'm sorry. Megan with no H. What was your card?
King of clubs.
The King of Clubs. I keep an emergency King of Clubs in my pocket, which is the same card that Charity had. And Senor, you had the King of Clubs? You had the King of Clubs. What was your card? So it's a club. So just don't be so damn picky. 5 of clubs. Which raises an interesting question, which is how did the king get back in my pocket when you were watching me the whole time? That's the part I don't understand. Let's use the 5 and the king together, and we'll find Hunter and Hannah's card. You didn't have the 5 of clubs or the king of clubs? No? Well, then we'll use these 2 cards way over here like a pair of tweezers, okay? What was your card, Hannah? Or Hunter?
King of Diamonds.
King of Diamonds. The King of Diamonds flies out of the deck invisibly, flies through the air invisibly, hovers right here invisibly, and then I'll pick it out of the air with the tweezers visibly. Now that's 1 card, but it's only a good trick if it's your card, the King of Diamonds. Yes, all right, so that's 5 cards now. We have 3 remaining, and the applause is getting a little more each time, but I want to get to the emotional frenzy. So for the last 3, instead of a little applause each time, we'll let it build. All right, we'll sit on our hands, we'll abstain, just let the pressure grow, and then with any luck, we'll have the last one. So Seamus and Haley, what was your card?
Jack of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds. If you'll watch my leg, Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds. Right there's the Jack of Diamonds. Hold it. That brings me to Alex and Jamie. What was your card? 3 of Hearts. Don't blink. So sad. 6 years of college. Hold it, hold it. Now we have 1 card remaining. It belongs to Dustin and Maria. Don't say it out loud. Think of the card. Imagine it floating in the space between us. I'll try to mentally grab. Oh, I've already got it. It's a rectangle. It's a rectangular card, correct? I got the shape immediately. I told you I was a management consultant. We start by observing the obvious. And that'll be $85,000. Red. I see a red card. I see hearts. I see love. Watch carefully. Left-handed without looking. 1 card leaps from the deck visibly, flies through the air, lands gracefully in another hand. Well, that was pretty good even if it's wrong. I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to ask Dustin and Mario, what was the card? 6 of Hearts. I won't look. I'll just show it to the audience and I'll know if I got it right from the emotional frenzy. So prepare yourselves. Did we get the 6? Oh my gosh, we got through the whole thing. That's everybody's card. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit to the House of Cards. My name is Joe M. Turner. I would covet your connection on your social media platform of choice and write us a review on Google so that other people will know what we do here and how to find us. If you enjoyed it, please tell a friend. I'm going to bring this meeting to a close. Motion to adjourn. Yes, so moved. All in favor? Aye. Good night, friends. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.